How did this is what I always want to know about the Trois movies. How did that come about? Did that come from source material or was that an original idea?
Hey man, you know what? Did the Menage a Trois movie come from source material? Hey, it was a lot going on back then, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that it came from source material, but it was a lot going on back then. But I will say at that time,
it was inspired by some true events.
Hey man, hey, but you know back then, like movies like Basic Instinct and Fatal Attraction, those were like the popular movies. So you know, shout out to the homie Will Packer because he was like, "Yo, Rob, we should do a movie kind of in that world, right?" So. Cut to, we getting haircuts, Greenbrier Mall Barbershop.
Shout out to Greenbrier
over there. Exactly. Shout out to Greenbrier Mall. Shout out to Red Money and Brent Woods, you know.
Wait, hold on. I want to back up there. Wait a minute. Because I want to do this podcast to really know the journey. What made y'all go from fam to Atlanta? What was that decision?
So here's what happened. So our last year, so once we did Chocolate City, and we shot the movie and it made some money locally, we started entering film festivals. So a lot of that stuff was through the Black Filmmaker Foundation. So Warrington Hudlin, and, you know, Byron Lewis at the time, and, you know, Reginald Hudlin also had this film festival thing going. Jeff Friday also was in the mix at that time, you know, and it really, you know, grew. Now this is what led up to Acapulco Black Film Festival. So back then it was the Black Filmmaker Foundation, and they would have these screenings. So we went to one in New York, and then we went to one in LA. We did some stuff in Chicago. So all those things helped us get a home video deal. So at the time, Blockbuster was the big video thing. So when we got our movie into Blockbuster, it felt like it was real to us. Even though we didn't get paid a whole lot of money, it didn't matter. It made us legit. So what we decided was, we told our parents, yo, we're gonna raise a little bit of money and give us 5 years. As long as we graduate, give us 5 years after that to do whatever we wanna do to make this film thing happen. And if it doesn't work, we'll go be engineers.
Right.
So we chose Atlanta because it was close to Tallahassee. It was way cheaper than Hollywood or New York. And they had like an independent scene, independent movie scene that was kind of popping. So we felt like, man, we can go to Atlanta and hustle something up. And we already some broke dudes anyway. So we might as well move here and be broke.
Y'all ain't broke no more.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And we got a movie in Blockbuster. So we'll make it happen. So that's what we did. We rented out a crib in Jonesboro, Georgia. And, you know, started that move.
Dope. Okay, so then now back to the Trois movie. I'm trying to think where we was at with the Trois, because I wanted to know when you did the Trois movies. This is something I wanted to know. When you did the Trois movies, were you hesitant of what your parents might think of that material? Like, was that a thought? Like, I don't know how they gonna feel about this.
Yeah. When Will pitched me on the idea, like I said, it was his idea. You know, again, brilliant idea. But when he first pitched me, I was like, a Menage a Trois movie, bro? I don't know, man. So it took some, you know, convincing. Me and him went back and forth, and we did it. And the whole idea was, yo, we gonna write a movie that we could shoot at the crib in Jonesboro, Georgia, where we were staying, for $30,000. And so, and then it was going to be, he was going to raise 10, I was going to raise 10, and we had another partner at the time named Greg Anderson. And Greg was going to come in and raise 10. And so we were going to go to friends and family, you know, investors, and that kind of grew in a little bit more money, because once you got a little bit of money, people will give you some more. And that grew and grew into what became Trois. And we spent all our money and nobody would pick it up. And so we went to Acapulco Black Film Festival because a movie the year before called Have Plenty had got picked up, got a deal with Miramax, and made like $2 million at the box office.
Wow.
And we were like, we gonna do that. So we went there, nobody picked our movie up, but we met some investors that were like, hey, if y'all can come up with a plan to self-distribute this, then we might be interested in that. And that's what jumped it off for us.
And what was the plan?
The plan for us was we were gonna release Trois on 50 screens in the Southeast. And so that's what we did. So we like divided up like the major markets in the Southeast. So we went as far west as like Chicago and Houston and Dallas, but everything else was mostly it was mostly from DC on down. And we all said we're gonna go one weekend, we're gonna release the movie in 1 or 2 theaters, and we're gonna spend our money marketing to those places. And we did. And we had the second highest per screen average in the country based on the number of screens that we had. And that's, when Sony called our house and asked us who the hell Rainforest was.
Straight up.
And that's, yeah.
You make enough money, somebody go come call it.
Hey man, let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? We had that line where if it rings twice, that's the business line. So it rang twice and it was them.
That's wild.